Royal Academy Dramatic Arts is a drama school in London founded in 1904, the time when technological development was at its peak during the Industrial Revolution. The first Industrial Revolution started in the mid-18th century and marked the beginning of the introduction of new technologies such as steel, petroleum, and electricity in all sectors of the economy, including the theatre industry. From on-stage sound systems, elevators, revolving stages, and machinery which helped move large set pieces, new technologies were implemented, often displacing the old one. Hume took all this process creative destruction. This displacement of old by the new created a vacuum of knowledge on how to utilize this new equipment. RADA was set up to not only teach the conventional study of dramatic art, but also train students on how to work with these technologies efficiently to enhance the quality of the show and take a step further to use them as a tool to express art. Innovation of steel brought technologies such as railways, which facilitated the fast transportation of set pieces and props. It also enabled a wider pool of audience to travel further distance to watch a show. The second industrial revolution brought machinery such as steam engine, which gave employers a choice between a labour-intensive and a capital-intensive business model. The productivity gained from employing this new machinery, combined with a high relative wage rate of workers at the time, meant there was an economic rent which incentivized employers to invest into the new machinery. This inevitably wrought unemployment but also lowered the cost of production through higher productivity, which then drove down the prices of goods. Low prices of goods meant people had higher disposable income to spend on, for example, watching a show in the theatre. Since the Industrial Revolution, the theatre industry has grown exponentially. In 2019, the industry contributed £10.8 billion to Britain's GDP, which was up by £390 million from 2018. Take Wicked, for instance. $14 million was spent to produce the show in 2003. Since then, there was in a single week with gross incomes under $500,000, accumulating to $4 billion gross income. Technology is still indispensable for this astonishing figure. Compared to the 9% a high school player would typically pay for the technology, off-Broadway players pay 29%, and in Broadway the figure reaches 36%. The improvement in the quality from this seismic investment is the core reason for their success, which also explains why the typical earning of theatre industry is £15,200 higher than the national GDP per capita of UK. So what's next? From the development of social media that has made advertising easier than ever before, to AR and VR technology rising to replace our conventional method of watching a show, it is undeniably thrilling to think that we are still at the start of the hockey stick growth.